Hello everybody, Mr. Rum here. Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, Old World Blues. In the last episode, we had the Washington Brotherhood declare war on us, and we had some pretty good initial success against them. But when Lost Hills joined in, we kind of got bogged down a little bit. But we knocked off Lost Hills, and as we were trying to return back to the north to continue our push against the Brotherhood, these guys, Ejército Mexicano, declared war on us and began pouring through with hundreds of divisions, and there was just no way that we were going to be able to withstand an assault of that magnitude. So, that was it. Like, that was toast. So I decided to roll back to a previous save and make some different decisions. So this is after we've integrated the Rogue Rangers. Right? Yeah, that's after we integrated the Rogue Rangers. Before the Washington Brotherhood have absorbed the Troll Warren. Before the second declaration of war between Caesar's Legion and the NCR. Because I think that I absorbed the NCR way too quickly, or way too soon, because that just led to tons of problems. So we're going to turn our attention in a different direction. I want to absorb Troll Warren. That is what we're going to do. We're going to begin justifying a war goal against Troll Warren. Hopefully we get to it before the Brotherhood does. Because I would much rather have that territory than leave it to the Brotherhood. We're going to attempt to expand north and east. Try and build our, our power base through this whole region here. And then when we are much, much bigger, stronger, have a much larger army, then we are going to head for the NCR. And I also need to make sure that we have some naval technology ready to go before we take the NCR, because that also ran into a big problem, that we had no Navy tech whatsoever. So I might have to dedicate at least one research slot to starting to unlock the Navy. So I'll have to think about that. Alright, so we just integrated them, so I want to move you guys in here. We need to give you a commander. And I need to change your templates. Right, because this is where I wanted to... These are infantry. These are infantry. This is going to be mechanized.
This is Enclave Maincom.
I think we also probably want to make you mechanized. So,
This is Enclave Maincom.
see, how many is this? 15?
Enclave Maincom. Enclave here. This is Enclave Maincom.
Bump you over to be motorized divisions.
Enclave here. Enclave here.
Let's swap you over to be tank divisions. There we go.
Enclave here.
And yeah, that's gonna have to readjust. Sky Reavers. Yeah. Alright.
This is Enclave Maincom.
We get everybody to delete their orders because I want to rework everything. Now, how close were we here at this point to integrating the slags? Pretty close. Right, we no longer can build all of this. All right. Because frankly, I think during the next NCR conflict, we're just gonna let the NCR fall. I don't know if that's a good idea. But it's what we're gonna do.
This is Enclave main comm.
Move our army north. Little blue book. Right, we were working on this point. Yeah, I need to work on this. Focus currently has no effect. Annex war goal against the Jackals and the Vipers. The thing is, the Jackals and the Vipers don't exist anymore. I don't know why that would work. Preserve Japanese culture. Fact. Gives me more manpower and more political power. We do need the manpower and political power. Let's go for it. More than I need the cores, I think. And it's going to give me an event. Maybe it'll be an opportunity there. Yep, we've already been to these events. And then you have this tribe that worships us. Get the manpower. Actually, before I do that, look at our templates again. Missed the handy divisions. I don't want those. Prodigal Sons. MacArthur Remnants. Those need to be changed to MacArthur Survivors. Okay, let's take a look.
This is Enclave main comm. Enclave here.
Switch these up to proper Enclave power armor infantry. There we go.
Enclave here. Enclave here.
Let's also switch these up to proper Enclave power armor infantry. That means we can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. Rid of that. I don't think I have heavy robots yet. Protected storage. No, this is before we got down to heavy robots. So we're going to want to move in that direction again.
Enclave here.
Alright, Yakuza Honor. It seems our commitment to preserving Japanese culture and our acceptance of wastelanders as a whole has bore some fruit. The Central Recruiting Office in New Reno has given word that 2 entire battalions worth of former Yakuza are outside in formation, wearing uniforms that resemble ours. They claim they're willing to serve the Enclave and the United States as soldiers, and are willing to give their lives for our cause. And given our limited numbers, we can't exactly turn down a request for troops, even if some of our more hardline officers are against having former criminals in the Army. What's more, their discipline and knowledge of urban warfare cannot be overlooked. Plus, it would be really cool to see a Banzai charge against the Legion. It's 2 power armor units and 2 auxiliary units. We'll take that.
Enclave here. This is Enclave main com. This is Enclave main com.
Swap them up.
Enclave here. This is Enclave main com.
Alright.
This is Enclave main com.
You go into that army, you go into that army,
Enclave here.
you go into that army, and you go into that army. Perfect. Vision batteries. Armor hardening. And I guess we'll just finish that focus off. I'm not sure what it's going to do. Economic encounter Crimson Caravan. Alright, Radiant Times with East meets West. A surprising new cultural trend is sweeping through the region is the pacification of the Yakuza. After restoring order and allowing the Yakuza to return, the recent promotion of New World music, meant to harmonize a fractured cultural landscape, has led to an interesting development. Among the rising stars is an all-female singing group, the Kunoichi. Made up of former Yakuza assassins, this group has transformed their deadly skill sets into choreography and vocals, blending traditional Japanese influences with an edgy post-apocalyptic sound. The Kunoichi have already captivated audiences with their debut single, Blades in the Night. Some Enclave officials are celebrating the success as part of their effort to foster unity in the region while maintaining order, while others have strictly declined to comment. A dedicated fan group has sprung up as the band plans to tour areas of Carson City and New Reno. Oh, right. NCR. Alright, bribe leadership has been completed. Legacy of Vault 15. That's done. Again, I don't think it really has any effect. There's something here. Work on that. This is still going to be a problem. This is still going to be a big problem. Alright, I think this we're going to dedicate over to working on some naval technology. Lava Depot. Fort Sierra was built as a massive storage depot for military equipment before being shuttered due to manpower constraints in the Great War. The problem is it's starting to become a bit difficult to get operations going and expand the base. When there are families living alongside the soldiers as well. Not everyone is keen on moving into New Reno, be it wanting to stay with family, not wanting to live in the city, or just being secure behind the walls of the old army base. However, this place is not meant for families, and we can't conduct operations if we have children running through the halls or spouses beating down on briefings because the toilet seat was left clogged. The answer, of course, lies right outside the base with the ruins of Erlong. The town was built to support the base just for this reason. Sure, it's seen better days, but engineers are ready, and we set up a special committee to decide who gets what and where within the town. Town of Erlong. Alright, we'll work on that. Now, there was that interesting set of focuses. Engine advancements. Good. Yep, we need to work our way down this.
Enclave here.
Alright, more power armor infantry.
Enclave here.
This, I guess, is going to be the start of a new army.
Enclave here.
And we're going to want to bring this up to as many as we can. There we go. Tank divisions. Let's see. That'll bring us up to 8. Then I guess we want to go with 12 auxiliaries. That completely killed our manpower. Armor hardening. Let's get bipedal sentry bots. let's see. Entry speed, heavy special forces. Let's go with gun nut. And idiot savant, sure. Hairlong Police Station. With the expansion of the depot, the military police detachment on the base has to focus more and more on the base itself. As such, we restored some old office buildings into a small police station to handle the town. Besides keeping the peace, they will also be handling the occasional giant insect attack and patrolling in case a wayward Deathclaw is stalking through the night, with the incentive of a bonus. We've reached out to the new Reno police to assist in this endeavor. Said officers arrived a few days ago and are adjusting from the change from the big city policing to small town policing. There's some friction between the military members and now living in Hairlong, but for the most part, it's gone over smoothly. Most they'll be doing anyway is watching for soldiers' kids, doing whatever it is wasteland kids do these days. Have some factories. Crank out some power armor. Let's crank out some planes. Mechanized training. Yeah, you can build up your army there all you like, but you'll get distracted soon enough. Alright, farms. Soldiers may be content with high nutrient rations, but their families and other support civilians won't exactly take too keenly to this palate. Just south of Erlong are the remnants of some farms, but trying to get anything to grow in this wasteland is a Herculean task at the best of times, and would likely need a miracle. Somehow, the Chemical Corps has provided that miracle. Colonel Dowdy of the off-putting but pleasant head of the Chemical Corps, after it was vacated by Dr. Curling II, apparently had a pet project to try and restore the soil around the area. Apparently, she had a breakthrough, sort of. It's a chemical that she curated through several weeks of controlled testing, and even she admits won't likely ever be able to be replicated on a mass scale. However, she is sick of eating depot food and wants to enjoy some actual food again, and if it means getting rid of her entire stock, then that is a sacrifice she is willing to make. She's also turned over some of her research to assist us in trying to restore soil and design more hardy plants for the future. Raider leaders sentenced in a joint trial. Now... Oh yeah, we gotta complete that focus, rebuilding a nation. That's not gonna happen anytime soon. Ah, crap. They're at war with the Washington Brotherhood. That's another event we've already seen before. Well, I'm hoping that wasn't going to happen so soon. Gonna try circuitry. Alright. Get all this caught up. At a time penalty reduced. Yeah, then go ahead and research that. Lightweight mantle. They capture the Warren. Now, I wanted to look at... We've already filled that out. Already filled that out. Tank divisions are good. We don't need that. We don't need that. Bind arms, champions of virtue. Bipedal sentry bot. Get our Mark II protectrons. Alright, hair-long medical. Pre-war, if one was injured in Hairlong or even on base, and it was serious, they would be evacuated either by ambulance or helicopter to Reno. We don't have that luxury anymore, and we doubt anyone wants to ride on a Brahmin cart all the way to New Reno. While Fort Sierra does have an advanced medical facility underground, it's primarily for the personnel stationed on the base, though it can be used in emergency. However, for day-to-day checkups and the like, something else is needed. Working with the followers of the apocalypse, we've managed to expand on some old shops and turn them into a triage clinic and surgery center, as well as a small outpost for the followers themselves. The base nearby has given them a few reprogrammed Mr. Gutsy and Mr. Handies for use to supplement their manpower. The followers fund much of the operation, as well as provided supplies by the base, such as stim packs, medical tools, and the aforementioned robots. They are, however, asking for donations and have a list of materials that can be donated from the local populace. Burn off that legitimacy again. Let's see. Hairlong reborn. Crowds gathered in Hairlong to witness the restoration of the pre-war town. President Granite visited the restored town of Hairlong outside Fort Sierra and addressed the military families and civilians who have come to call the area home. This right here is an example of what you can actually do with this country. You, as Americans, rebuilt this abandoned husk of a town and turned it into a little slice of Americana that has been seen in 200 years. No longer are you squatting in the depot, forced to share a communal warehouse just to have a roof over your head. Each of you are your own man, your own woman, and are this much closer to in control of your own future. American future, where all of us can finally achieve the dream of restoring America to what it once was. Alright. That's done. Then let's get back to the Department of Defense. We can integrate 300. I really can't afford it, but we're gonna do it.
Enclave here. Enclave here. This is Enclave main com.
I guess we'll start a new army group with these guys.
Enclave here. This is Enclave main com. Enclave here.
And these are going to be auxiliaries. The problem is those power armor infantry are considered to be... Actually, then what we're going to have to do
Enclave main com.
is move you
Enclave here.
over here.
This is Enclave main com.
That's what we're going to do. And right against our borders, riproot territory.
Enclave here.
Let's set them down there. Alright, light canoe hull. Department of Public Works. Erlong is growing, and with it the need for someone to manage the growing town's public work systems. Well, it sounds communist. We can't have our people fearing that they could run out of water anytime soon. Plus, it's a military town, so it's kind of expected we handle these things. This entails making sure the roads aren't completely destroyed, and coordinating with the base, and other necessary tasks that are vital but ignored. The biggest two things are water and electricity. Nearby Honey Lake has actually refilled with water since the bombs fell. And there is, of course, nearby Pyramid Lake. Both of them, however, need to be checked for radiation. As for power, we might be pumping all our power from Gecko, but most of it goes to the base, and we need at least a substation or something to turn the lights on in the city. Fuel injection. You know what? This time around I'm going to go with defensive armament. Yep. We're not going to get there. We have a damaged... There's some damaged stuff. Yep, we have some damaged stuff. Get all that repaired. Ballistic fibers. We'll go ahead and research that too, even though it is a little bit ahead of time. Infantry school, disciplined soldiers. Where's the resistance coming from? Well, all over. I'm actually going to recall my operatives. Let's get this resistance dealt with. Police Protectron. Precision Motors. Overcharged ammunition is done. Enclave SF kit. Yeah, we also need to start building robots. Alright, Troll Warren was annexed. Alright. What's our intel about them? 100 to 132 divisions. They have a lot of aircraft.
Just dispatched a birdie assault team to your location. What was that? One moment.
Alright, but I think we're at the end of the episode, so we'll go ahead and stop here.
Enclave here.
We're trying to build up our forces a bit more up here. And then I'm gonna go after the Washington Brotherhood. I don't want that on my borders. And we'll see how that works. Alright. But for now, we'll stop here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you next time.